Well, in 1975, when I first met Bhagavan Adidas Samraj, I had expressed to him that in my early life I had a strong interest in singing in an opera and all forms of music. I loved music ever since, as a boy in New York, in the early days of World War II. I sang Anchors Away at Carnegie Hall with my school choir. But when I went into the monastery in 1959, I had cut away or renounced my interest in singing for those 16 years. Beloved immediately responded by saying, my form of renunciation, Crane, he had just given me the name Crane, is not cutting away or denying life. It's to involve you in your heart's passion, your most profound interest, and moving you beyond all sense of limitation and self-contraction. So, although I hadn't sung in many years, he said there will be a gathering in this weekend, and I would like you to sing for me. So I had to scramble myself together and prepare some music, which I did, some John Denver songs and some medieval music with Ray Lynch, and somehow managed to sing, greatly supported by his divine siddhi and encouragement in a very short time. Well, this began many years of Bhagavan working with me through forms of music, voice, opera, etc., to undermine my sense of needing to perfect the art form, to undermine ultimately my sense of a separate self altogether. He had me singing in the next 10 years under extraordinary conditions. 2 o'clock in the morning with no preparation. He came back one time from Hawaii and asked somebody at the gate if Crane was prepared to sing for him. The answer was no. Bhagavan said, good. He wanted me to sing without any thought, any preparation, any amusing forms of self-correction. I was sung for him on a windswept beach in Fiji at 4 o'clock in the morning after being up all night and surrounded by devotees in the later years when we sang opera with him, who were mostly tone deaf, to balance out my concern for perfect pitch, etc. So all of my classical musical concerns for performance, perfection, intonation were undermined. And the Bhagavan was never interested in the art that I was interested in. He was interested in entering into my heart, opening it up, realizing that when he sang with me that ultimately I learned he was the singer. He was the song. He entered deeply into my being by undermining my sense of being a singer with a background with perfection ideas. In 1992, there was a gathering in Hymns to Me that's been well photographed and videoed, where Bhagavan called me to him. And this was a time which he defined as the demonstration of human and divine love. And many of us were embraced by him in this summer in July, I think it was 92, in this way. This particular evening, he had asked me to sing with him I Am Who You Are, the great classic song by Joanne Sunshine and Ray Lynch that became an archetype for Adidam music. And we sang that, we sang Nessun Dorma. He held me for the longest time in an embrace, whispered into my ear esoteric instructions like first the heart must be filled, then the heart must be broken, which I began to understand over time in its esoteric depth. This was a wonderful, wonderful occasion which lives with me today. He placed his hands on my heart, singing at the top of his voice drowning out my voice. He could sing louder, longer, higher, lower than anybody else in the room, always. He entered into this form of art in a way that could only be done by a divine adept. He surpassed all of our efforts to keep up with him and to match his voice. On this occasion, I was just brought to tears of ecstasy, realizing that his work with me over the years, with singing, was about undermining my sense of a separate self, bringing me to natural ecstasy, and realizing more and more profoundly who he was and is as a divine incarnation. From the very beginning days when I first met him, I could never figure him out. I couldn't slot him. This was my attempt to define him. He's indefinable, undefinable. And in late 1990, what was the timing on this? 94, I became involved in a very difficult ocean trip. My voice was shattered for 3 years. A ear, nose, and throat doctor told me that the vocal cords were so damaged that possibly surgery could bring them back. But at the end of 3 years, the voice miraculously came back because Bhagavan had effected a healing of my vocal cords during this time. He created an amulet which he rolled under the toes of his left foot, and I wore against my throat for a long time. And one day the voice came back and the vocal cords were healed. And this is the kind of healing that he does in very specific ways, but the great healing of Bhagavan is the heart. First the heart must be filled, then the heart must be broken, and I'm still gathering and learning the lesson of this wonderful, unique teaching from Bhagavan Adida.
the first sacrifice. This is the heart, this is the heart of my confession. Ye heart